you guys enjoyed that footage of just going around Fairbanks. I did a little bit of in Fairbanks, like the actual city, and then actually on the outside on one of the many mountains, actually looking back into the city, just to kind of show you guys. And toward that part, most of that very large piece, if you guys couldn't already tell, was next to the airport. That was the airport, seeing that. And we do have an international airport here, so it's definitely larger than a normal airport or a non-international airport, so that explains why it's so large in comparison to our really tiny city. Hopefully you guys saw the city there. It is quite small, and it really does not take long to go outside of the city, and that, in my opinion, probably makes Fairbanks and Alaska generally as a whole so different, except for Anchorage. Anchorage is more of, or is a lot like Seattle. It's definitely larger, Anchorage really being the only large city. Primarily most places look like Fairbanks, except Fairbanks tends to be more mountainous. But there is really a large variety of different climates here as well. It makes it kind of unique in Alaska because there are rainforests, there's tundra, there's boreal forests like you see around here. There's just so many different environments here, so it's really hard to exactly speak to just one part of Alaska. Or one piece of Alaska makes it so different from the lower 48, just for the fact that we are so large that we encompass multiple different environments, and that's really, really neat. I mean, you can go from different places on the Aleutian Islands of literally just island life. It's a little bit cooler there, but just different island life there. And in Kodiak, there's many different islands that are in Alaska, all the way, like I said, over by Juneau. If you go more inland to like Prince William Sound, it's almost more rainforest there. It's really a lot like a rainforest there. And then if you come up to around Fairbanks or around central Alaska, essentially this is what it looks like, more of this kind of boreal forest, taiga area. It's really neat. And then of course, if you keep going north, all familiar tundra, but with a lot of gigantic mountains. A lot of people don't realize it's not just flat tundra, there's a lot of huge mountains up there along the Brooks Range. It's huge. There's just so many gigantic mountains and caves, and it's really awesome. And so there's just a gigantic amount of different area to hear, but I did want to show Fairbanks, kind of show you guys what the overall kind of life was like in the city and outside the city. It really does not take long, and that's, I think, a lot of people's attraction to especially Fairbanks. It does not take long at all to get outside of the city and start to encounter places like this, more rural areas with forests just forever. So anyways guys, most of that's silent footage there. Sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. I'll see what I can do to pare it down. But hopefully you guys enjoyed just overall seeing what Fairbanks looks like. There are some other people that do just vlogs around Fairbanks. If you guys want to see more of that, I will link them down below in the description. If you just want to see what overall life is like, I kind of just showed the city to make kind of a comparison of what our city looks like versus what a lower 48 city looks like. Fortunately, I don't have a lower 48 city readily available for comparison. But anyways guys, that is what Fairbanks looks like, and there's just a huge culture here that's very different from the lower 48. It's much more laid back, and it's much more private-esque, especially as you go into the more kind of rural areas. It's very private and very secluded, much like this. And anyways guys, that is it. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm out.